So, this is the iPhone 5C, Apple's budget iPhone from 2013, but is it still usable in 2025? The phone came in a plastic case, which is different from the normal boxes iPhones come in. Inside is the phone, some manuals, the plug, headphones, and a lightning cable. At least the iPhone 5C came with all these accessories, unlike iPhones today. The iPhone 5C was Apple's budget phone, which came with a plastic back as opposed to the aluminium back on the iPhone 5 and 5S. As it was budget, it came with no Touch ID. The phone is bigger than the iPhone 4, but today this still feels tiny. And after a long wait for the phone to turn on, I can finally set it up. Alright, let's talk about software. The 5C is running iOS 10.3.3. So if you're planning to use this in 2025, good luck. One cool thing about iOS 10 is that it had dynamic wallpapers. Basically, little floating bubbles that move when you tilt the phone. It's super exciting for 2013. At least you can customise your home screen a little bit, but let's be honest, it's nothing compared to widgets and lock screen customisations you can do on phones now. The biggest issue when using iOS 10 is that almost every app is now unsupported. Trying to download social media like TikTok, YouTube and Instagram will give you the same error message. The alternative to using the apps would be to use them in the web browser, but even then that does not really work. TikTok does not load at all. Instagram just refuses to exist. But YouTube kind of works, albeit very slowly. So hey, at least you could watch this video on your 5C if you wanted to. Now you may be saying to yourself, at least you can use the 5C for music, and you'd be in for a shock. Like the other apps, Spotify can't be downloaded, and even going to the web browser does not work. But even though Apple Music is pre-downloaded, when you try and listen to a song, nothing happens. The 5C software is like a time capsule. It is fun to play around with, but you could not use it every day. Now, when it comes to the camera, believe it or not, in 2013 this was pretty decent. The camera app itself is a little bit laggy, but it has some modern day features like the flash and some filters. Heading outside, here's a photo taken on the iPhone 5C, and here's the same shot taken on a 16 Pro Max. Yeah, safe to say 12 years of upgrades do make a difference. The 5C's 8 megapixel camera works fine in good lighting, but it does lack some detail. As for videos, here's a video taken on the 5C, and here's the same shot on a 16 Pro Max. Again, quite the difference. But the real struggle is low light photography. Here's a nighttime photo on the 5C, and the same on a 16 Pro Max. So when the sun goes down, things don't look great. And then we have the front camera, which is a whopping 1.2 megapixels. In correct lighting, a selfie doesn't look too bad, but when it gets to night time, it's just a grainy mess. If you're going to take a selfie at a party, it would be horrid. But let's say if you really needed a phone, can it do basic tasks in 2025? Well, kind of. Texting and calling? Yep, that still works. iMessage works fine, and regular SMS and phone calls are fine too, but you won't be getting any 5G, only 3G and 4G. And here's where you really start to notice how much smartphones have changed. There's no tap to wake. You have to physically press the home button to turn the screen on. Feels weird. And no Apple Pay. So forget about tapping for anything, you'll have to go full 2013 mode and actually carry your wallet. The battery life, not great. Even when new, the iPhone 5C only had 1510 mAh battery, which is smaller than most modern smartwatch batteries. 12 years later, most of these batteries are completely worn out, so don't expect it to last for more than a few hours. Okay, but maybe you could use it as a retro gaming device? Nope. Most games won't even download anymore. But even if they did, 1GB of RAM means they'd run about as well as a potato. And not even a good potato. If you are hoping to use the iPhone 5C in 2025 for more than just texting and calling, you're going to have a rough time. So, is the iPhone 5C usable in 2025? Short answer, no. Long answer, absolutely not. It's stuck on iOS 10, most apps don't work, No Apple Pay, no music, no modern features, and the battery life is terrible. At best, it's a nostalgia piece, something fun to mess around with, but not something you'd actually use today. They sell for £20 to £30 online, so if you want one for the nostalgia, go for it, but as an actual phone, do not bother. The iPhone 5C was Apple's first budget phone, and back in 2013 it made sense. It was colourful, fun, and a solid choice if you didn't want to spend big on the iPhone 5S. But in 2025, it's just too old to be anything more than a collector's item. So what do you think? Do you still own an iPhone 5C, or did you have one back in the day? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for more videos.